All right, Sean Tattel here with the father and trainer of David Benavidez, my man Jose Benavidez Sr. Jose, man, how do you feel camp is about 3 weeks out from fight night, man? How's it going?
Man, couldn't be better, man. I'm super happy, super excited, super proud of what David has accomplished. And, the training is going great. Reflexes, speed, power, and the hard work that he's putting in, man. It gives me the confidence to go there, man, and give everybody a great show, And I'm pretty sure, and I guarantee all the fans that, they're in for a good treat. David is going to give you guys a great show like always. But this fight is special, man. Cinco de Mayo weekend, that's a date that is super important for us. And I feel that we can't just win the fight. We got to look impressive. And I can't wait for May 2nd to give you guys a great fight.
How do you feel he's carrying the weight, fighting up at 200 pounds? Now that you've got to see him withhold that weight in sparring and everything, how's it look versus preparing at light heavyweight?
Yeah, no, he's looking really good. Really, speed is there, power is getting stronger, and everything's great. Like I said, super happy with everything. We're ready to fight tomorrow, and we still got like about 3 weeks, so everything's great. Like I said, super excited for May 2nd. Fighting for 2 titles, another weight, cruiserweight, and we know that Zurdo's a great fighter. He's a champion. He has the 2 belts, and I want to thank Zurdo also for the opportunity for fighting for those 2 titles.
How is, I know you said everything checks out, the power, the speed, the accuracy, but how is, everybody talks about power moving up in weight, but how good is the speed still and the pace, the ability to throw those punches and punches?
I believe that David's a fighter that goes into war all the time. It doesn't matter if he fights at 168, 175, or cruiserweight, he's going to show still the same speed, the same power. The shots are bigger for some reason because he's heavier, And I think the men's ring is kicking in also. He's 29 years old, so I think finally came a little bit late, but I feel those punches that are hurting, So we're going to see a different David at the cruiserweight also, with more power, more speed, and accuracy, and good defense. So like I said, I can't wait for May 2nd to see the new David at the cruiserweight.
What is your prediction 3 weeks out? Obviously a win, but how do you see it playing out?
Like I said, we can't just win a fight. We got to look impressive, and I'm pretty sure with a fighter like Zurdo Ramirez, he's going to come to war. He's going to come forward. He's going to train like never before. This is one of his biggest fights. It's one of our biggest fights in our career, so I think he's going to come well prepared. So that's a great fight. To watch on May 2nd. So, like I said, we're going to see David. He's going to break him down little by little and, take him to the deep waters. And from then on, I think maybe 9-10, they're going to have to stop that fight or a knockout.
What do you think of Zurdo's movement in this fight? Do you think because he's a heavier guy, he's not going to be moving as much as Morel, Plant, Andrade, Bostic? Like, do you feel you'll be, how do you see this?
Nothing to take away from Zurdo Ramirez. We're not underestimating Zurdo Ramirez. Like I said, he's going to come prepared like never before. If he wins a fight with David, he becomes a superstar. So he's taking things super serious, and in their mind, they think they can beat David, but there's levels to this, So he's a powerful guy, He's a strong guy. He's a 2-time world champion. He only has 1 loss. He was a champion at 168. Now he was a champion at cruiserweight. He can take a good punch. I never seen him hurt. I never seen him be in big trouble. So that's a tough opponent. We have a tough fight on May 2nd. And like I said, it's going to be fireworks. You guys can't miss this fight. It's going to be fight of the year. So, but at the end of the day, we're preparing for something bigger, and we're not underestimating nobody, but we know what we can do. And we're going to come out in the new cruiserweight champion, David Benavidez.
Like you said, he's never been stopped or close stop. He's very durable. Why do you believe David can get him out of there in 9 or 10 rounds? At the accumulation?
At the end of the day, accumulation of punches, the experience and all that. Like I said, it will be hard for just take him out for one hit, but we'll take it if it comes, But we're not really looking to knock him out. We're looking to hurt him and put him out. But anything can happen in boxing, like I say, Not underestimating Zurdo Ramirez. He's a great fighter, a very dangerous fighter. The toughest fight of David's career, I believe, at this point. So, but we got to think like warriors. We got to think that that date, Cinco de Mayo weekend, is a very important day for Mexican people, and we got to back it up, and we got to go there and show why they call David the Mexican monster.
Yeah. And speaking of that date, Zurdo's promoter is Oscar, and he was probably the greatest Mexican American fighter of all time. And right now, you got like Virgil Ortiz, Bam Rodriguez, Sebastian Fundora, your son, as the best of that lineage, that Mexican American lineage, man. Yeah, what do you think of that too?
Well, yeah,
carrying that
we
lineage
do.
on?
Yeah, we have a lot of good fighters right now. Young fighters, strong fighters, fighters that have proven themselves to be champions and great fighters. And it's just at the end of the day, it's just a competition. Who's going to take those days, those big days? Who's going to represent Cinco de Mayo weekend in September? So those are the days that everybody's fighting for, and we're one of them. We feel proud, but we do also have a lot of great fighters, like the guys that you just mentioned right now. The competition is getting tougher and tougher. Now these days, we're getting the fights that we want to see, and that's what boxing needs.
When it comes to combination punching in the sport right now, where do you put your son? Do you feel like he's the best?
He's the best. He's the face of boxing, and you got to think like that. At the end of the day, we got an opportunity to show ourselves and prove ourselves and showcase on May 2nd. So we're going to take it, and we are going to, I'm pretty sure, I'm very confident David's going to live his heart in there, and he's going to give everything he has. And it's going to be a great fight. Like I said, opportunities are there for everybody, but that opportunity was given to us, and we're not going to let it go away.